face with. You still have the clip at the back, tuck underneath, but the clip at the front is missing, flopping around, and obviously that is not cool. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is obviously to do with the Gaiter. The Gaiter on Clio Mark IIs, I think of all types, whether they're sports or non-sports, have that issue where the clip at the front here likes to break. So this video that I'm going to do today is obviously how I've sort of solved that. I sort of found this out from a guy commenting on my video saying, oh, I've self-tapped it, try that. And I did try it and it worked perfectly. I had Howie comment on a video recently asking me to do a video of it, so I just thought it was a nice easy one for me to do. Mine is now complete. The Gaiter is fixed, it's not flopping around anywhere. Obviously that clip at the front here likes to snap, maybe if you've taken it off before, or the previous owner has, for example, and this is obviously just floating around, which I'll skip to in just a minute. So obviously with myself, I've got the PMS shifter. For you guys with a standard shifter, it's all the same thing. The Gaiter has a zip tie round sort of the top here, just to obviously hold it onto there. It's not fixed, you can move it up and down, but that is zip tied into sort of place. And yeah, there's just a single clip at the back and a single clip at the front. But like I said, that front one likes to break, so that's obviously what we're going to look towards sort of repairing. Yeah, obviously if you guys are subscribers anyway, you're just watching my videos because, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, I appreciate it. If you're new, consider subscribing and have a look through some of my other content. This is quite a basic video, but hopefully it's going to help you guys out and fix that really annoying issue with the Clios. What you're going to need to fix your Gaiter, you're going to need a drill, a rather small drill bit, because you're going to have two screws as well, self tappers, normal screws, anything should kind of work, but as long as the drill bit you have is smaller than said screw, you should be all right, because obviously that is just to pilot a hole for the screw to go through. Snips, these are for the zip tie. I won't be snipping my zip tie on mine today, but you'll need something to cut that zip tie around the top there. Crosshead or a drill, I'd recommend just using a hand screwdriver just to screw those tappers in. And I need an Allen key for the top of my PMS, which is a number 5 if you have a PMS shifter. But other than that, it's all done through your hand. That is the situation you'll be faced with. You still have the clip at the back, tuck underneath, but the clip at the front is missing, just like mine. And obviously you try your best to hook underneath and keep it there, but sort of through changing gear, it will move and sort of do its own thing, and eventually just starts, yeah, flopping around, and obviously that is not cool. So what we need to do here is obviously take it all apart. Like I said, mine's a PMS shifter, so it's slightly different, but with yours at the moment you'll want to roll it up. Underneath there is where the zip tie is around the back, see them right there. Obviously just cut that with your snips. I'm not going to do mine because I don't need to, I've done it too many times. And obviously that will then pop off your shifter, leaving the shifter just by itself. Obviously mine with the PMS, I'll just take this little Allen screw at the top, and I got my knob and the spring I've left down there because I've already taken it off, and I can just slide that out and I can leave them attached. But obviously for you, the Gaiter will be loose and the Gearstick will still be here. Taking the rest of it off, you start with the coins. Wow, that's where I keep my coins anyway. To come into obviously where the cigarette lighter and the rubbish cup holder is, you sort of want to put your hand around the back, squeeze, and it will pop. Slide them out. Underneath here you have a little bit of electrics for the lighter. There's that little button sort of down there. That is what you're squeezing. It's a bit of an annoying clip. And then it comes out. Next we've got the centerpiece at the back. On the driver's side, on the passenger side, you're pulling towards the passenger doors. You wrap your hand around the back. You pull this side sort of out. I've left that loose because I don't want to keep doing it in case my poppers go. This side I've actually popped back in so I can show you. But then pulling towards the driver's door, hammer on the back, and it'll come away from the clip. Once those two back clips are off, the last clip is just inside here, which I'll show you in a second, but just grab your hand in there and pull him forward, and the whole thing will move forward, and it's coming out that little white clip down there. And they're the sort of 3 you need to do to get that centerpiece out. Handbrake up, seat all the way back. I mean, it's normally quite easy to get off. I might be able to get off with one hand, but just give it a bit of a wiggle. I'm not going to be able to now. There we go. And over the shifter and out. These are the self-tapping screws I use, not very big at all, probably about 3mm wide, and they're a little bit long for the job. Upside down, and pop the hook onto the back where it's supposed to be, and you're going to keep just one of your hands underneath pushing up. and the other hand on the drill first of all. So just squeeze them into place, turn it over and make sure you're holding it in the right place. Once you are, this is the fiddly bit. So the place where you want to drill the holes is obviously at the front where the clip is now missing. You want to get your drill, and you want to sort of drill through obviously where the gaiter is, right at the top, and then obviously into the plastic centerpiece as well. There's quite a thick bit of plastic this side, and it goes all the way around, so you should have enough room to get into there. This side was a little bit closer on mine than that side, as you can see from the scuffing from the screw. But with the drill, upside down, if I can do this, keep that hand pressed underneath. Obviously for you it should be slightly easier, as you're not trying to do it on camera. But yeah, the drill just goes upside down, and you want to rest it up against sort of that ridge of the gaiter here, and that's when you're just going to start drilling, and you want to hopefully bring the drill through into the plastic eventually, and obviously that's that one done. But try and keep it in the same place, transfer it to the other side, because 2 screws is going to hold it better than 1. Do exactly the same thing, run the drill against the top of the gaiter plastic and in through there as well. Now you've got your 2 holes, grab your self tappers or screws. I think the self tappers work quite well. To be fair, the one would probably do enough if you just went central, but I wanted to stay away from the stitching down the centre. I didn't want to split anything out, so I sort of did one each side to prevent myself any further issues, and I could do it just a bit, get a bit tighter and a bit more sturdy on both sides then. So they're both in there nice and tight. Like I said, the screws are a little bit too big, but it just means they're through and it's tight, like so. And that means that's fixed, so when you turn them over, your gaiter isn't going anywhere. And it's going to look good, and you don't have to be embarrassed to like it anymore. With the gaiter fully fixed, obviously for you PMS guys, it will be still obviously on there if you are at that stage, but obviously you can leave your shifter all alone, post the gaiter over and do what I'm about to show you now. But obviously for you guys with the standard one, you've got to be popping that back over. It's slightly easier with 2 hands, it saves you scratching anything, but you'll be putting this in pretty much of a over the top space with that bit showing underneath. Obviously for me, I'm just going to post it on. For you guys, you'll post it over your shifter. When I get underneath, it's obviously going to be quite dark, but you see where the zip tie goes. You're going to zip that round. Obviously from the radio side might be a little bit easier. Thread it round as you would, tie it up, snip what's left over of the zip tie on, and then you'll be sliding it down while it's attached to your shifter. Should open that up a bit more so I don't scratch anything. Watch the seats. Manipulate it a little bit so it goes where you want it to. My advice is to not go too tight with the zip ties under here, because then at least you can still manipulate the lever and get it to the position that you want it to be in. Then you're going to pop it down so it's flat, and same process again, make sure the sides are out. Push it forward, it clips in, push the sides in. Sometimes you have to give them a little sweet loving tap. And that is how you fix your gaiter. So it's in there nice and tight now. Obviously, like I said, if you're a bit OCD, you might want to get that line as straight as you can. If you're intrigued by my gaiter, this was actually retrimmed at the same time I had my original wheel done by Snappy, also known as Andrew Meyer on Facebook. If you want to find him, he does gaiters as well. So obviously I had that new leather with the black stitching to match the wheel. That was obviously the black with the red stitching. Yeah, I just feel like it's one of those things that's really annoying. I never thought about making a video of it, but someone commented, told me how to fix it, and yeah, that's it, done, in place. Not going to embarrass you and any passengers anymore, and it's going to just, yeah, not move. Alright guys, so that's that one done. As you can see now, obviously nice and sort of tight, it's not coming anywhere, it's not popping off, it's not going to break, which is the main thing. There may be other ways. You may be able to glue it, you may be able to clamp it with something underneath there with the 2 bits of plastic, something to hold it, but it may not be as robust as 2 screws. And like I said, with the screws, at least then you can still get them out. It might be a little bit fiddly, but at least you can still remove them like that. But yeah, if you're new, please consider subscribing. As I said at the start, if you're here as a sort of full-timer, please like the video and comment as you always do. I always try and reply to every single person, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.